I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm okay.
Good. Well, thank you for agreeing to this interview. Um, Tell me something about yourself. What do you really do?
First of all, my name is Kathleen Francis Victor. I'm a teacher for the past 23 years at the same school, Current Government School. I taught almost all the grades from KG right up to grade 6 at one point. Presently, I'm an SEN teacher. I'm teaching special needs children.
Okay. As a leader, what department have you led throughout the school? Head of department, were you principal, acting principal, anything at any time?
Yes, I have been head of the junior department for a number of years, as well as I have been vice principal for a number of years and have been acting principal twice and presently the vice principal of the school.
Good. Well, that means you have had a lot of experience in this learning community.
Of course.
Okay, good. Well, I think you're the ideal person to help me out in this interview. Now, tell me about one of the most challenging experiences you have had during your years at the current government school.
That was what I could tell. One of the most challenging experiences I had was when we had to change the school uniform, especially the socks and the shoes. That was a challenge. Our community is a rural community, and the parents are not so fortunate in terms of finance. And to get them to change from a blue socks to a white socks or any color shoes to black shoe, that was a challenge. Because you had all kind of confusion as to where the money going to come from, and they have that already, so where they can get that, and color shoes are easily obtained rather than a black shoe. So that was a challenge for.
Okay. So you will consider that as your most challenging?
Yes, that was the most challenging part.
Okay, educationally, academically?
Academically, getting the boys to read is a challenge.
Okay.
Right, getting the boys in the school because they're not self-motivated to read. So that is a challenge, and they come from, some of them, the background that they come from, to boys are not pushed as much as the girls, are encouraged as much as the girls. So that is a challenge to get the boys in school to talk and to read very well.
Okay, do you see, would you say that some of the parental background has a lot to do with the children's performance academically? In that I mean, do we have a lot of school dropouts or teenage pregnancy? If you look back at the parents, are they very young children? Well, I guess maybe you have taught some of them at school. Would you say that the parents, how the boys are performing, is an influence from their parents?
Most certainly, because as you said, as you said before, some of them are very, very young parents, and it's sort of a cycle. The parents had them young, and so they come now and having children at a young age too. So and not enough time is spent on helping those children, especially the boys. They leave them to stray, to go to the playing field to play most of the times, rather than encouraging to take a book, and sit with them and encourage them. And in some cases, the parents can't even help them, the children either. So that is some of the reason why the boys are low performing.
All right, good. You mentioned about the boys performing poorly, and you also mentioned that you're the special needs teacher. Could you tell me some of the strategies you are incorporating within your learning community to assist the boys to become better readers?
A number of strategies are used to help them, because no one child learns the same way. And so with the SEN program, a pull-out system is done. So they pull out from the regular classroom and given individual instructions. So that helps to encourage them to read or to get them to move from one level to the other, a lot of individual instructions. A variety of like words also, encouraging them to, exposing them to a number of sight words and family words, and to also help them, encouraging them to go to the library and reading their books with them, the book that is selected from the library with them. As a teacher, reading it with them, it also encourages them and helps them to develop in the reading. Fun activities also, games. A lot of games are used to help them to read. So it's not just coming and just calling words.